All right, welcome. In this station, you are going to be working on finding online information through a basic Google search. When you research using Google, you have to remember that Google is probably the last place that you should go when you're doing research for school or academic purposes. It doesn't mean that there isn't good information found on Google, but because there's so much information, you have to go through steps to decide whether or not it's a good source that can be trusted. Remember, anybody can post information on Google. It hasn't been fact checked or peer reviewed by outside parties. It's merely a tool where anybody can post information. So if you do use information on Google, you have to make sure that you're asking questions before you actually choose to use it for your research. As with all research, you start with your questions and identify your keywords so that you know exactly what information you're looking for. Remember, when you go into Google, you don't want to type the entire question because Google will look up the entire question, every single word. You only want to put your keywords in. You can also get better results if you use operators. The operators are or, it has to be capitalized, the minus sign, which will remove results, or a direct quote if you want to get those exact words in location together. Once you look at your results list, you want to try to look for sites that end in .edu or .gov because those are more credible than .coms or .orgs or .nets. Another thing that you want to look for before you choose a source is it timely? Is it recent? So try to find a date of when the article or the source was published, especially if it's a topic like global warming, something that's not a historical topic, but something more scientific. You always want to try to find the most up-to-date research and resources. So look to try to find the date. And then finally, another quick thing that you should look for is the author. Is the author an expert on the topic? You don't want to find a source for a school project that was posted by a third grader. You want to find somebody who actually is experienced on the topic and that you can trust. So look for the author or look for the organization that posted the information and use that to help you decide whether it's a credible author. After you find your information, then you can use ctrl-F to help you locate your keywords within the document. If you find good information, make sure that you paraphrase it, put it in your own words, and that you record where you got the information from. That's called cite your source. So get the website name, the author, and the date, and make sure you record that. Let's do a quick demonstration online. Okay, so I go to Google and I'm going to use my keywords, in this case my vocabulary words, and do a search for renewable energy sources. When I click enter, I can see the number of results that I have up here, and I can start to scroll down and browse. Right away, I see a source right here that ends in .gov. If you look at the website address, you can see the domain ending of the website and it's a .gov. So that might be the source that I use since .govs are more credible than .coms, .orgs, or .nets, and so on. I can keep skimming and scanning. Notice that my search terms are bolded. This is Google's way of showing you where it found the words that you put in the search engine in the results. Let's go ahead and click on that top one since it is a .gov. And the next thing that I'm going to want to look for is it a timely topic? Is it up-to-date research? So I can see right here they have a graph over here and it has data up to 2017. So that's a good sign that this is up-to-date information. The author is somebody employed by the U.S. Energy Information, which is a government resource, so I can trust the author. So from here, I can go ahead and do Control-F, and I can type in some of my keywords. And let's say I was looking for biomass. So I type in the word biomass, and now I can see, oops, looks like I did something wrong here. Let me type it in again. Okay, biomass. Now I can see exactly where biomass appears in this document. It's highlighted in each instance, and I can go straight to that location to help me find information. When I get ready to cite my source, I want to make sure I put the U.S. Energy Information Administration, that I put my website address, the www.eia.gov. And if you can find the actual date, this says last updated July 13th, 2018, and basically put all the information you can find as your source.